Welcome back to the Sports Corner. This is
Yo,
episode 3. I'm your host, JB. Here are my co-hosts.
J3.
We got a good little podcast planned for y'all today. We know we missed a couple weeks. We had some technical issues, but we're coming out. We're gonna keep coming out with episodes. We had a little March Madness one that was planned. We had some guests, but unfortunately we weren't able to get that one out. But with the NFL draft coming up, we're hoping to have a podcast with one of our coaches, Mason Dunn, and then
SVU football team.
Yeah.
Best coach alive.
Mm-hmm. And then another one of our friends, Kellen Curtis. They got some good football knowledge, college and NFL.
Big cap.
Mm-hmm. We might even talk about some NBA. But yeah, so look forward to that. Tune in for the next one. But we're gonna get right into it. So unless you've been living under a rock, you probably already know who won March Madness. But UConn boys win. They go back to back. And South Carolina women's win, which we both predicted.
Told y'all. Them two teams was unstoppable, man.
Mm-hmm. They was just too good. They basically blew out every team they played. So
man, I told you.
Yeah. But in other college news, John Calipari retires from Kentucky after 15 years coaching.
That's crazy.
Yeah. We all know the impact he's had with all the NBA players he brought to the league. He got players like De'Aaron Fox, D-Book, Shea.
What Drake say? Balling like Kentucky Blue?
Exactly.
They ain't balling no more, man.
Yeah, so that's a big change for them. They've actually hired former BYU coach Mark Pope. So we'll just have to see what he does.
Yeah, and with Calipari going to Arkansas, we'll see how that goes as well. So
actually got a big bag.
Yeah, big bag.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely worth it.
Now we're just gonna talk about some other news in college sports. Jeremiah Smith from Ohio State, bro. I mean, unless you're not on social media, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Number 4 from Ohio State, probably the fastest black stripe removal we've seen
ever.
Yeah, kid going crazy, bro. Going crazy. He making Denzel Burke's stock go down.
That's what
just
I'm
off practice film.
It's like I gotta think in my head like these are 5 stars, 4 stars.
These are they number 1 corners.
Yeah,
these are number 1 corners.
And he's making them look like baby food.
That's BIA.
Yeah, facts.
Man,
they think so. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's been going crazy. It's like every other day I see a clip of him head tapping someone, rounding somebody up. It's really crazy.
Then we got Cormani McClain entered the transfer portal, so he's leaving Colorado. He was a 5-star going in his freshman year, didn't get much playing time. And now after the spring, it looked like he's going to enter the transfer portal. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see where he end up, really.
Yeah. I wonder what teams are thinking about him with the things that Coach Prime has said. You know, like,
they kind of say it's a little character issue.
Little
character issue. So
we'll have to see how that plays out for him.
Yeah. Then we got some, Deion being Deion. He said that Shedeur and Travis will only play for the 49ers, Cowboys, the Commanders, the Ravens, or the Falcons. How you feel about that?
I was like, well, at first I look at the list and I'm like, okay, 49ers, Dallas, Atlanta, those are teams that Prime played for.
Yeah.
But then I see the Commanders.
Yeah, and it throws it all off. And then especially with I thought he was really focusing on them not playing in cold weather, but you have them at Colorado.
Yeah.
And then you put the Commanders on there and it's like, or Baltimore, or even Atlanta. Like, it's cold in all those places. So I don't know. I think Prime really needs to let his kids and let Travis just go through the process.
Yeah, just breathe.
Yeah. I feel like he's trying to be like LeVar Ball, but it's a different.
Yeah.
It's a different situation. So, yeah. Then Haley Van Lith, she's going to transfer from LSU. She's going to sign with TCU. I know personally I don't understand why she left Louisville in the first place to go team over LSU. Why leave somewhere where you're number 1 and get a bunch more NIL opportunities and go to a school like LSU where you know what I'm saying, you're not really the starter. They got Andrew Reese, they got Flo. So
and other good players.
Right.
Too.
So she going to TCU. How you feel about that?
I saw a lot of comments like, yeah, I bet she is leaving because of how she made him guard Caitlin Clark. She didn't like that. But yeah, I was a little confused with her leaving Louisville too, because weren't they like Final Four, Elite 8, something like that?
What people don't know is Caitlin Clark is who beat her when she was at Louisville in the tournament. Then she turns over, goes to LSU and beat her again.
Wow.
So, I mean, now the Caitlin Clark gone, hopefully she can make something shake.
Make something shake. Nah, for real. But yeah, that's it with the college news that we have. Other news that we're a little late on this, but Stephon Diggs traded. You know, I couldn't be more happy as a Texans fan. You know what I'm saying? We traded him. We signed him to a $22.5 million contract, 1 year. We basically voided. He had 3 years left. We basically voided all those and put his signing bonus and stuck it all into 1 year. It's good for us because it gives us some like flexibility with the
Hmm.
cap and things like that. But I believe Buffalo had like the largest dead cap hit
Hmm.
by signing. It was like 30 million or something. So they really just trying to get rid of him.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I mean, I think first off for the Texans, I think it's amazing.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, like we know what y'all receiving core is: Nico Collins, Tank, Stephon, and then having Stroud throwing them the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to the Bills, when you lose Gabe Davis, you lose Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, yep.
It's like who's Josh Allen supposed to throw the ball
Curtis Samuel,
to?
receiver number
Yeah,
one.
I mean he can do it, but you need some more weapons, and you already haven't never had an established run game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be interesting to see this year. It's a lot of NFL's gonna be crazy this
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we also made history because we were the first team in the offseason to sign someone who had recorded 10 plus sacks, um, 100 receptions,
year.
and 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah,
So we get Joe Mixon, Daniil Hunter, and Stephon Diggs.
y'all been
So
going crazy in free
yeah,
agency.
I'm looking excited. And our coach actually said that he's looking to make some moves in the draft. So hey, I'm loving the front
Y'all
office.
stacking y'all chips.
Hmm. We gotta go right now while CJ's still on that rookie contract.
Nah, for real though.
Hmm. Other news: Bill Belichick, the second winningest coach in NFL history, still has not been picked up as a coach, and it's looking like he won't play another season. What do you think about that?
I think it's just time to hang it up. Like
Yeah.
you proved everything you needed to prove, and ever since Tom Brady left, it's kind of been diminishing your
Hmm.
stock as the greatest coach of all time. So I think it's time to just hang it up, let everybody give him his flowers because he is a great coach, and just retire.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm thinking it's time for him to hang him up too. I heard he was doing some like little X's and O's camp at
Hmm.
Nebraska or something. So, but yeah. NFL draft coming up soon. It'll take place April 25th through the 27th. Top five picks in the draft are the Bears, Commanders, Patriots, Cardinals, and then the Chargers. We'll have some more information on that with the next pod when we have some more guests.
Yeah, next pod we're gonna get more in depth into it for sure.
So y'all look forward to that. Next, you want to get into the NBA. NBA is big right now. Playoff time's coming up.
Man.
This year, for the first time ever, we had a three-way time for first place.
In the West.
That stacked West. It was between the Thunder, the Nuggets, and Minnesota. You know, my Thunder ended up getting up that one seed. Denver at 2 and Minnesota at the 3.
We was hoping y'all got 2.
I wasn't.
Yeah, I was, man. Oh my God.
Nuggets. Minnesota loses to the Suns. That's what caused them to fall to the 3 seed. And then in the East, Celtics win the East by a landslide, 14 games. Crazy. They're looking like the favorites to maybe win the chip, other than the Nuggets. But we'll see how that plays out. Knicks end up clinching the 2 spot and Bucks at 3. Going into this game, the Bucks and the Knicks were tied, but the Bucks end up losing. And Brunson puts up 40 points against the Bulls.
Jalen Brunson can hoop, fam.
He can hoop. I'm actually having him in my first team All NBA.
Yeah. I mean in the East, what are the guards really? That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. But yeah, he puts up 40 points, ends up beating them 119 to 120 to secure the second seed. So yeah, good for them. I think the Knicks are gonna be looking good in the playoffs.
I think it's a team you just don't want to see like for sure. You know, I think I saw a comment on Instagram where the what team were the Knicks playing? They're playing the Sixers.
Yeah.
And I forgot what Sixers player said it, but he was like, "I'm glad we got the Knicks. That's the the lesser of the 2 teams we could have played." And Josh Hart replied with, "I don't care what he's talking about."
Yeah.
Like
I'm not worried about that.
The Knicks play like an AAU team. Like they just real together.
Yeah, they real together. They got dogs. Everyone knows what they need to do.
Yeah, everybody play their role.
And they're not even, when you think about it, they're not even playing with Julius Randle, the number 2 option. And he got second in the East. He's been out for like 30 games, something like that. So, yeah, they're playing amazing.
Next, we got the West playing. The Lakers beat the Pelicans on Sunday, 110 to 106, as expected. LeBron went 23-99, AD with 20 points, 15 rebounds, D'Lo 21 points, AR 16, Rui 13. Overall, the whole team just played well and kind of got it done. I was watching this one, and it seemed like the Lakers was trying to give it up at the end. They were trying to give it up, but then D'Lo hit a big 3 in the corner. And then, of course, the big news is Zion went down with I think 8 minutes left in the game. Had 40 points when he went down. And I think if he stays in the game, I don't think we win.
They were hot when he went out.
I don't think we win this one if he don't stay in the game. You got Trey Murphy who had 12. He was hitting some big threes in the fourth quarter. Larry Nance with 10 and 12. And then CJ McCollum only had 9 points And Brandon Ingram only had 11. With him being hurt a little bit as well, he got no crunch time in that game at all.
Yeah, I was watching that.
Yeah.
It was weird too, because he was like, he wasn't even celebrating with the team.
Yeah.
Like he was just
his
he
energy
basically
was
just
off.
sitting on the bench like this.
Yeah. So the Pelicans' two main scorers were out of the game when they needed them the most, and I think that's the biggest reason why the Lakers came through with the.
With the playing game tonight with the Pelicans, they're definitely hoping for some more out of CJ and Brandon.
Yeah.
For sure, because
you gotta have it.
They don't have
Zion's out. Yeah.
Gotta perform for sure. But yeah, this is a great game by Zion. I honestly, I don't want to say I've been disrespectful of him, but I didn't know his game was like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But he was getting to his spots. He was going right at AD.
Man.
I was like, that's AD.
He a problem.
Yeah. So they get him back healthy for the playoffs. Who knows? Next playing game we had was between the 9 and the 10 seed. We had Kings Warriors. This one ends 118-94. I have a little blowout there by the Kings. Keegan Murray was the bright spot in this game. He ends up 32 points.
He's going crazy, bro.
Yeah, and the crowd loves him too. They get that Keegan Murray.
He was going crazy.
D Fox, 24 points, 6 assists, a bonus, another double-double, 16 and 12. Keon Ellis was also a big bright spot. He had that Curry assignment. He was going crazy, getting steals.
Pickpocket, like, come here.
Yes.
Come here.
He ends the game with 15 points, but also 3 steals and 3 blocks. So this was huge for him, for his stock, as I believe he's an undrafted player. So
he is.
To be able to find those undrafted players, those diamonds in the rough, those are huge for teams.
The Miami Heat players.
Exactly. Harrison Barnes gets 17 points, and this, of course, is his old team, so that had to feel good. Steph Curry, 22 points. Kuminga, 16. Wiggins, 12. But the big story is Klay Thompson goes 0 of 10 from the field.
Donut.
What you think about the Warriors?
I think it's time, bro.
Is it the end?
I think it's time.
I think it is too.
One of the big three got to go.
Yeah. As sad as it is to say.
Y'all had y'all fun.
Yeah. What were they in the finals like?
Yeah.
It seemed like 10 years.
Y'all had y'all fun, bro. And it's time.
Yeah.
All good things must come to an end. It's time to go ahead and break it up.
Exactly. If this is the end of the Warriors trio or dynasty, they end with this is during the Curry era. They have 4 NBA championships. They have the best NBA single season record, 73-9. Steph Curry, 2-time MVP, first unanimous. Draymond Green's won the Defensive Player of the Year. Klay Thompson, most threes in a single game. And their big three has 420 wins together.
Man.
So, I mean, that's a storied career right there.
Come on, man. You march to etching history.
Mm-hmm. They already did it, but unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, as you said.
All right, so next we got the East playing 76ers, great body Heat with a
great body.
Man, with a 105-104 win. I don't know if it was really supposed to go down like that, but it did. Embiid had 23 and 15. Maxey with 19. Batum.
Why
quarter yelling, why Batum in? Batum and they're making plays. 17 in the second half, 20 total. Clutch block to win the game. Jimmy Butler only had 19. We know he went down with an injury.
Yeah.
Need to run that fade. Need to run that fade.
Kelly?
Yeah, you got to run that fade with Oubre. Tyler Hero had 25 and Bam had 10 and 12. Man, what's your thoughts on that game, bro?
It was a fight. It was a fight all the way through. Nick Batum, I was not expecting him. I'm just seeing him hitting threes. I was like, oh my god.
I didn't know Batum was still in the league.
I thought he was retired. Because I heard something like he was going to retire this year. Then he got traded to the Sixers.
I don't know, bro.
And now I guess we got playoff Batum. I didn't know that was a thing, but Jimmy Butler goes down, so that's not good for the Heat.
Yeah,
saying
bad.
He's going to be out several weeks.
It's bad. He missing time.
So he won't be in for the playing game. I thought the Heat played good. They didn't have Terry Rozier.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of points they're missing. But yeah, honestly, I wasn't too impressed with the 76ers just because of like they don't even have their leading point guard. I feel like most of their team didn't play great. The Heat, like on the Heat side of things. But and then you only win by 1 point. But yeah, good game by them. Great game by Batum. But we'll have to see how they do in their playoff matchup and then how the Heat do tonight.
Yeah, we'll see it.
The other East playing game was Bulls-Hawks. This was 131-116. Kobe White, 42 points.
Wow.
9 rebounds, 6 assists. What you think about Kobe?
Balling. Bro, it's like, I don't know, man. I know more Kobe White from when he was in college. And and things of that nature. But when it comes to the league, like he gets to it. It's just do it in a different way. You know, it's not the most flashy. He got a couple flashy plays.
Yeah.
But he's slowly developing his game, and I feel like he just now scratching the surface of his potential. But he showed what he can do in this game by putting up that stat line and going crazy like that. You know what's crazy about it all?
What?
The playing stats don't count. So
I know.
Yeah, so his career high technically still 37 and not 42. Which
that's
is
crazy. Yeah, I started watching his game midway through the season. I was playing fantasy basketball with my friends, and I got a report like Kobe Wright on the rise. So I went ahead and picked him up on my team, and he was going crazy for me. So ever since then, I've been watching his game, and it's great to see him have a performance like this in a big time moment.
Real.
DeMar DeRozan gets you 22 points, 9 assists. That's big. He's playing the facilitator role.
He's doing his job.
You know what I'm saying they don't really have a true point guard. But yeah, I also think that Zach LaVine going down early in the season was big for Kobe White's development.
He got to step up now. You know,
spotlight was on him, and he's been performing. DeJounte Murray, 30 points, 7 and 7. Trae Young, 22 points, 10 assists. Bogdanovich, 21 points. Clint Capella, 22 and 17. The Hawks honestly played a good game. Like they weren't playing too bad, but they were missing Jalen Johnson there.
Okay.
He's a big lob threat. You know what I'm saying? He gets a lot of points in the paint. But DeAndre Hunter, 8 points in 42 minutes. 3 of 16 from the field, 0 of 7 from 3. That's the loss right there.
Can't play like that in these kind of situations in the playing game.
Yep. You can't. Your team can't rely on you for 16 shots in a game and you only make 3.
Man.
In a big game like this,
0 for 7 for 3. Win to go home.
That just can't happen. So yeah, tough loss for the Hawks. Bulls move on. The games we have tonight, we got Bulls Heat. This is at 6. This will decide the 8th seed.
Yep.
Then Kings Pelicans. This will be at 8:30, deciding the 8th seed in the West. What's your predictions for the Bulls Heat game?
I'm gonna take the Bulls beating the Heat. And I got the Kings beating the Pelicans.
Yeah, I'm gonna go same way for sure. With Jimmy being out.
Yeah.
They don't have a main defender now.
It's really injuries for to determine the winner of both of these games. Like one side has the best players, the other side doesn't.
Yeah.
Besides the Bulls not having LaVine.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Zion's not supposed to play tonight.
No, he's done. I think he's done.
So yeah, I got the Kings too. It'll be interesting how they do in the playoffs though without Monk. Or maybe he'll come back, but I'm not sure. So yeah. And then the playoff brackets for the West, we got the number 4 Clippers going against the number 5 Mavericks, number 3 Timberwolves going against the number 6 Suns, and then the number 2 Nuggets going against, of course, your Lakers.
Yeah.
And then we got my Thunder going against whoever wins between the Kings and the Pelicans.
So quick predictions, just real fast. Who you got on the West in these series?
That Clippers Mavericks one is tough, cause in the past the Clippers have beaten the Mavericks twice when they matched up in the playoffs, but obviously they didn't have Kyrie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They made some great improvements to their team,
and they on the road.
They made some great improvements to their team, adding size. That was really their only problem. So I can see the Mavericks winning this one, but if Kawhi shows up at some point in the series, they're gonna have to be like Kawhi, guard Luka. You know what I'm saying?
He'll do it.
So we're gonna have to see how that matchup goes. But yeah, as a rough guess, I'd probably take the Mavericks.
Okay.
Mavericks, yeah. And then Timberwolves Suns. I'm gonna go Suns.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Suns. Timberwolves had a great season. This is no knock against them, but I can just see the Suns winning this one. The Timberwolves don't have too much playoff experience. And the Suns, they have guys that have been there.
Yeah.
Their coach isn't bad. They've got all the stars, so it's just whether or not the stars play. I'm gonna go Nuggets.
That's real. That's real.
What I'm saying? I'm gonna go Nuggets. You got Jokic. There's no answer for Jokic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You cut him off, he's gonna find other people.
All the time. They got the best mesh team in the entire league, bro.
And then Thunder versus Kings or Pelicans. I'm gonna take the Thunder. Indeed. Especially because if we play the Pelicans, our biggest problem would probably be Zion.
Yeah.
And so if he's not playing, then that's one less person we have to worry about. And for the Kings, I just feel like we match up well with them, everyone except for Sabonis. We're gonna have to fight him.
Yeah, I think the Kings match up well with y'all as well too. So I think if y'all get the Pelicans, it's definitely the better, easier road
for sure.
Yeah, I think I'll do. Tough as it sounds, 'cause I don't want the Mavericks to lose. I think the Clippers are gonna get them.
Hmm.
Um,
You think James? You think James has a good playoffs, or you think he kind of just takes a little side character backseat role?
I think James have a good playoffs
For sure.
just because he getting compared to Luka. Yeah.
Sorry.
Then bro, even though the Timberwolves are 3 and the Suns are 6, I still think the Timberwolves are the underdog, and I'm gonna take the Timberwolves.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Timberwolves.
His cat's back now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Timberwolves. Bro, I just love Ant Edwards, bro, the way he hoop.
Yeah,
So I want to
I
see
love
them
his game
win.
too.
Now, if I'm being realistic, I think the Nuggets are gonna win, but I want the Lakers to win, so I'm gonna go Lakers.
For
and then
sure.
Thunder for sure either way.
For sure.
Yeah, and then breaking down the eastern side of the bracket, we got the 4 Cavs versus the 5 Magic, 3 Bucks versus the 6 Pacers, the 2 Knicks versus the 76ers, and the Celtics versus the winner of the Heat versus Bull game tonight. So for me, I think I definitely got the Cavs beating the Magic, but I think that'll be a better series than people think, especially with the way Ben Carroll been playing.
Hooping.
Yeah, really hooping. I think the Bucks. I think they erased the Pacers.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's
they
4
get
or
their lick
5.
back for the play-in.
Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 for sure.
Mm.
Knicks versus Sixers. I don't want to bet against the Sixers, bro. I don't, but I just like the way the Knicks playing basketball.
Yeah,
I really do.
I love it.
And then I think Celtics sweep.
Oh yeah.
4-4, like sweep or gentleman sweep, whoever they play with.
Yeah, they honestly could sweep them.
Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna go Cavs Magic, but I think that this will be like, even though the Magic will lose, this will be like a statement for
Like we're here now. Yeah, like we're here now.
Because I think he'll have a good series, and I think it'll be like he's arrived. You know what I mean? Even though they won't get the win, I think he'll have an arrival there. Yeah. Bucks. I got Bucks versus Pacers. They get their little play-in lick back because they were talking real greasy when they beat them in the play-in.
Stealing the ball.
So and then Knicks versus 76ers. It's like I want to say 76ers because I like the team they put around Joel,
Right.
but it's just like, is Joel gonna be Joel?
Yeah, is he gonna be healthy? Is he still MVP Joel? You know?
And with the way the Knicks are playing, specifically Jalen Brunson and honestly Josh Hart too, because Josh Hart just messes things up for the other team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think Brunson has a career playoff game because this is the first time he's been the number one option.
Yeah,
or
that's true.
last year, but last year they didn't have as good of a showing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got a good team around the Knicks. I think they're a big contender. And then obviously I got the Celtics.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, playoffs start tomorrow at 12. First game will be Cavs Magic. So make sure you guys tune in. Then we got some NBA award races. We're just gonna go one by one, give our little takes on this. For MVP, right now it's a 3-way race between Jokic, Shea, and Luka. For me, if I rank them, I'd probably go Shea, Jokic, and Luka. Shea just because he led the top. They're the youngest by weighted playing time. Led them to the 1 seed in a race where we've never seen a 3-way tie. So it's not like it wasn't competitive. It's the hardest conference, the Western Conference. They did a little poll out recently where they talked about the highest impact defenders, and he's the only MVP candidate that's in top 15 or top 12, I believe. He leads the league in steals. His clutch numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, just going off that, I'd have to give it to him. I mean, Jokic basically has just been having the same season for the last 4 years.
Yeah, he's been balling.
You know what I mean? So I feel like since he didn't do anything like
over the top.
Yeah, over the top. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's different than the years he's done in the past. Then I feel like, I mean, we could give it to him, but I just feel like it's not as warranted as Shea's, who broke his team, because they don't even have another player averaging over 20 points.
Right.
So that shows you his supporting cast. While they're good, but they're not comparable to like Luka, who has Kyrie averaging like 25.
Yeah, or Jokic, who got Jamal Murray.
Exactly. He doesn't have that proven star next to him that can take the load off all the time. And then Luka, obviously Luka's had a great season. This is no knock on him. Like he accounts for like 50% of the offense.
Yeah.
Youngest. I believe he became the youngest scoring champ.
He's hooping, bro.
But his team is in the 6th spot, and they were battling for playoffs
for a while
in
the middle of the season, just to get in.
So maybe him accounting for 50% of the offense doesn't always lead to wins. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So you also have to take things like that into account. For me, that's how
Yeah.
I'm judging. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? What about you?
I think I'll take it the same way with Shea 1, Jokic 2, Luka 3. Kind of like what you was talking about. I think the biggest thing is just the defensive side of the ball. I think we often forget about it. And I think Shea is the best defender in his own right out of those three. And then the fact of, leading Thunder to the 1 seed and, they're filled with a bunch of role players.
Mm-hmm.
Shea has no star next to him. They're just filled with a bunch of role players, and he's leading them as a young guy. So
Right.
I think it's his year to win that award. And I got Jokic too because I'm not for like the what they've been calling it, where you're tired of voting the MVP fatigue, like the fatigue voting of not voting for the same person over and over. I'm not big on that because I feel like if you good, you good, no matter how many times you need to get the award.
I feel that.
So I think Jokic still been playing at a
MVP
crazy
level,
MVP level to still be second on that list. And the thing that brings Luka down to third for me is just one, defense, like I said, and then the team record as well. Just not being able to lead your team to a better record overall, especially having a co-star next to you that helps take the load off your shoulders.
Some rookie of the year. Victor Wembanyama has got this award.
Yeah, yes.
We haven't talked much about him on the podcast, but he's been having an insane year. He's like, I believe he's averaging over 20 and 10 with like over 1 steal and like 3 blocks, something like that.
Just some stupid stuff.
Yeah, crazy. But some notable rookies that have also been having a good years: Chet, Brandon Miller, Amen Thompson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., and also Brandon Podziemski of the Warriors. They've all been playing great, but nobody's really comparing to Victor right now. Defensive player of the year. This one's a little controversial right now.
And I don't know why it is, bro. Yeah. Because I feel like we all, if you look at the numbers and I don't tell you who name it is, you're going to pick Wemby stats every time. So, and it's like they do voter fatigue for MVP, but then you get to defensive player of the year and they want to just give it to Rudy Gobert every year. This is Wembanyama's award to win, bro. And like, what's scary about it is that he can almost win this award every year.
Every year, like if he plays like this, he can literally win it
every single
his
year.
Whole career.
Exactly, every year of his career, he can win defensive player of the year.
That's crazy because I believe he's got more blocks than him and more steals on average. And I saw something today that Wemby this year has more blocks than 80% Rudy Gobert. No, than Rudy Gobert in his last 2 NBA seasons.
Yeah, he needs to win the award.
Like what? I don't even know what we're talking about at this point. But yeah, my pick for that is definitely Victor, but they might give it to Rudy. Coach of the year, my favorite, Mark Daigneault. I believe he was voted by like the Coaches Association already as Coach of the Year. But we also got Chris Finch from the Timberwolves. We saw what they were able to do. They went from, I believe, the 8th seed last year to 3 seed this year, so that's a big improvement. And then also Jamal Mosley of the Orlando Magic. They had a breakout year this year too. End up getting into the playoffs after not even being a playing team last year, I believe.
Yeah.
So so all those coaches are great, but I got Mark Daigneault winning just because.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. 10 seed, 1 seed.
You don't got no pushback from me on that.
And when you look at like, if you actually watch Thunder games, some of the plays he calls are like the sets he runs are really advanced,
especially out of timeouts and stuff like that.
Those out of timeouts plays are nice for him. Most improved player, we got Kobe White, Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Williams, and Alfred Sengun. What would be your pick for this?
To be honest, I think I might go Tyrese Maxey here, just because like he's been at it for a while these past couple of years, and then proving that he can play on his own without Joel Embiid being there for him, having to pass him the ball. I think he's had a couple 50-point nights.
Yeah,
things like that. His teams in the playoffs, Embiid went down. He stepped up. He kept him in it. I think J-Dub's right there as well too to win the award. Like Sengun and Kobe White, I think they're great players, but I think Maxey needs some recognition for what he's been doing these past couple of years.
Yeah, I agree. He also spent a lot of time this year without Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
So not having your defensive threat, offensive threat, you know what I'm saying, screener. It's like not having that guy to play with or not having a big to play with as a point guard. You know what I'm saying? That can like impact your game a lot. So the fact that he was able to go through that and still put up great numbers, lead them to a play-in spot and get into the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's big for him. So I'd probably give Tyrese Maxey my vote too, even though I'd love to give it to Jalen Williams. But yeah, Kobe White and Alfred both had great years, but I'd probably give that to Tyrese.
Got to.
Clutch Player of the Year, we got Shea, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, and Steph Curry. Or Nikola Jokic, I mean, and Steph Curry. For this one,
I think it's Shea.
I'll probably give it to Shea.
I think that, like it's Shea.
He's had some game winners this year.
Yeah.
A
lot of
and not
clutch
even
shots.
just that, but he's had steals to win the game. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Stuff like that, which I think also goes into clutch play.
Got to.
Six Man of the Year award. I've been preaching Malik Monk all year.
Yeah, I love it, bro. Like,
but I'm not gonna lie. Naz Reid might have came in and took it from
oh,
him.
but that's big jelly.
Yeah.
Big jelly. I mean, I love Malik Monk, bro. And it kind of sucks when people get hurt at the end of the year.
I
That's right when
know.
we're looking for you to prove that this award is yours. So it's kind of hard that he got hurt. But, bro, Naz Reid, especially with Cat going down.
Yes. Took his game to a whole nother level.
Balling.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like almost every time he shoots a three, I expect him to go in. He got that quick shot.
Versatile. He can dribble, lay, post, shoot.
Everything. So yeah, I might give this to Naz Reid with Malik in a close second. I believe that if he wouldn't have got injured, he probably would have won this award. But yeah, those are the NBA award races we have for you guys. One standout, I mentioned this earlier, but Luka became the youngest player to win a scoring champ since KD in 2011, 2012. And that year the Thunder did go to the finals. So, hey, maybe a finals appearance for Mavs.
It's gonna be a tough road. You gotta get through the Clippers to just start it off.
Yeah. Also, the first time in NBA history, two rookies have been 1 and 2 in blocks, with Wembanyama obviously at number 1 and then Chet at number 2. So big year for the rookies this year.
Yeah, imagine them like they was on the same
team. Crazy. You've been hearing talks about Trae Young maybe going to the Spurs.
I did hear about that.
What do you think about that?
I think that'd be nice. That's exactly what Trae Young needs.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what Wembanyama needs. He needs a player that's gonna get him the ball, throw him the lobs, and everything like that.
That 2-man game would be crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be good basketball.
3 for both of them, and then obviously Trae Young, just throw it as high as he can. Come down.
That's gonna be good basketball.
Mm-hmm. Now we got a little contenders, pretenders. In the East, the playoff teams are the Celtics, Knicks, Bucks, Heat, 76ers, Cavs, and Magic. The pretenders, I believe, are the Heat aren't even in it now, but I'm not gonna lie, the pretenders, I believe, are the 76ers, the Cavs, and the Magic, and maybe the Bucks too. I'm not as confident in the Bucks as I was beginning of the season when I was like, oh, they might win the chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they went through 2 head coaches this year.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of losing streaks. Dame's talking about he's not happy.
Yeah.
So it's just like you don't really know. We haven't really seen like a finished product yet. You know what I mean? What are you thinking about that?
They haven't got it together. When it comes to the Bucks, it's like just based off their pure talent, they'll get out the first round.
Yeah, for sure.
Their goals are to win a championship. That's what they brought Dame in for, and I don't think they can make it out the East with the way they've been playing lately. So I think they definitely are pretenders. And then I agree with you on the Cavs and the Magic and the 76ers. Like, y'all are there. It's respectable, but, we're not expecting nothing above and beyond coming from y'all.
Yeah. They just in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But Knicks, obviously the Celtics are a huge contender. Best record by like 10, 14 games. But the Knicks, surprisingly, I believe they're contenders. They built a really good team around it. OG Anunoby is a big piece because obviously having a smaller point guard and Jalen Brunson, you want to have defense around them.
Right.
And I think that's exactly what they have. I'm not sure if Mitchell Robinson is back, but I believe he might be, and he's coming off the bench now. But Isaiah Hartenstein, their center, he's had a great year this year.
Ball.
Yeah, great breakout year for him.
And they said he was black.
Yeah, he talked like it. You've heard him talk?
Yep.
Yeah, voice super deep. But yeah, those are my contenders out of the East. What do you think about Celtics and the Knicks?
I think the Celtics winning it all.
Okay.
So I think the Celtics winning it all, and I think they might end up seeing like the Celtics and the Knicks gonna have to see each other.
Oh yeah.
So I mean that'll be interesting to see, but I think the Celtics outmatched everybody in the East.
Me as well. I'm not sure that the Knicks could get past the Celtics.
Yeah. I'm not too confident.
Celtics are juggernaut for real. In the West, we got Mavericks, Thunder, Clippers, Minnesota, Phoenix, and the Lakers. And obviously the Nuggets. We don't even have to mention that.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows they're contenders. I got the Mavs actually as a contender. And that's pretty much it, honestly. I mean, unless the Lakers get past the Nuggets, then they'll obviously be a
Right.
contender. But they just got such a tough matchup, and it's hard to say.
It'll be, I don't know, it'll be interesting. I think Thunder are definitely contenders. I even though they're young and I talk about it a lot, I still think they're contenders, and the team doesn't want to see the Thunder because they kind of remind you of the Nuggets in the way that they play basketball like so well together. And their team chemistry look good. When it comes to the Mavericks, I don't know, man. I just don't know how I feel about Luka Doncic in the playoffs. I think they might be pretenders.
Word.
I think they might be.
I feel that. And yeah, I would have mentioned the Thunder. For us, I just feel like every team really has to lose to win.
That's true.
Yeah, so this, as sad as I am, this might be our time to lose before we can win in the future.
Yeah.
So
some experience under your belt.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely get to round 2, maybe round 3, but I'm not sure that we'll get past the Nuggets just with how great they play. We are 3-1 against them in the season, but that's not playoff basketball, you know. So we'll just have to see how it all shakes out. That's it with the NBA. Next for you, we had UFC 300 this past weekend. It was a great fight card. We had Max Holloway gets fight of the night and finish of the night, giving him a $600K bonus. What do you think about that,
bro? Max Holloway is a dog. Like that's why I fight with him in UFC, bro. Like I think everybody needs to stop coming to the middle of the ring for his call out.
Oh yeah,
every time Max calling out, you dropping. But I feel like if a fight goes all 5, man, last 10 seconds. Come on, let's get to the middle. Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Let's go mano y mano, man on man, see what happens. Yeah. But that fight was crazy, bro. I think Max Holloway he just keeps solidifying himself a dog.
Facts.
A dog.
Because I'm not going to lie, I thought Justin Gaethje had this one.
And Gaethje nice.
Right?
And Gaethje nice.
I thought he had this one. I'm thinking Max is like, little, on the older side now. I'm like, maybe he don't have it in him. You know what I'm saying? But did he have it in him?
Yeah.
My gosh. Say, come here. Catch these hands. And dropped him. And the way he knocked him out, too.
Yeah.
Flat on the face like
it was bad. And with 1 second left.
My gosh.
Man.
Yeah, the reactions were crazy, and they were the exact reaction I had. So, and then in the title fight, the main card of the night, Alex Pereira knocks out Jamal Hill to keep his light heavyweight title, and he says he wants to fight in heavyweight next.
He is doing some crazy stuff, bro. Because some people don't know he was fighting in 185 at one point, and the fact that he's fighting at 215, he was fighting at 215 in this fight, and blew all the way back up to 240 before the fight, which means he can fight in heavyweight. Like he's prepared to win a title in every single weight class. And he didn't even look any bigger at all. So he a problem, bro. He's gonna be a problem in the UFC.
And that was one of the coldest knockouts I've seen. The dude hit him below the belt. Ref tries to come stop him.
He's like, nah, don't stop this. Watch this.
Let me work. Goes ahead, hits him with an uppercut. Lights over. And then this at the end, I was like, from Alex?
The picture was crazy.
Oh my gosh. He had a picture like this. He knocked out like that. I was like, my gosh. But Alex Pereira is a problem. I'm excited to see if he goes to heavyweight. See what he can make. I think he can do it, bro. Yeah, I think he can do it for sure. But imagine him and John Jones going at it. Who do you think will win that?
I'm never betting against.
Yeah, I was gonna say I got my boy John.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm never betting against John
Jones. Can't do that. And then big news: Conor McGregor set to fight at UFC 303 in June 29th. So big reappearance for him. Yeah. Everyone loves Conor.
I'll be glad to see him back, bro.
He been out the spotlight for a while. He making movies and stuff. Yeah. So excited to see what he looks like back in the ring. Lastly, for you guys, we got some news in the world of boxing. Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia fight this Saturday, April 20th. And some breaking news: Ryan Garcia comes in 3 pounds overweight.
Tripping.
Yeah,
he's tripping, bro.
And then they actually had a bet that for $500K per pound over if the other fight was overweight. So 1.5 mil might be coming. Yeah, might be coming in Devin's bank account.
It's coming Haney way, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And even more finna come after he lay Ryan out, bro. I think it's over for Ryan. I think Ryan's career might be over. I think Tank kind of ended it.
Yeah, because he been chasing these big fights, but hasn't been performing.
And he going crazy in the head, all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, his interviews have been
I think
very interesting.
Haney about to get right with him, bro.
But I could be wrong about this, but I believe since he's overweight, it might not be a title fight anymore.
Yeah, no matter what, if Garcia wins, the belt becomes vacant. He can't get the title. Yeah, but if Haney wins, then he'll just retain the belt.
Yeah, so that's honestly super sloppy on Ryan's part.
Yeah,
like,
it's just unprofessional when you come
Yeah.
in overweight, really.
And it's like this has been building up for so long. It's like you got a shot at the title, and you
And then
just wasted it.
Garcia was like, "I'm not mad. I'm overweight. I came here to win. I don't care about the belt." I
Like
don't know, man.
that don't even make sense.
Yeah, it don't.
Like, what's the point of winning if you ain't got the belt?
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know.
So yeah, excited to see this fight. It'll be a good fight, but I got Devin Haney coming out on top,
I do
like
as
you
well.
said. But yeah, folks, that's all we have for you. Another Sports Corner episode. Be sure to tune in next week when we have our guest on the show talking about the NFL draft. That'll be a good episode for you guys.
Will.
You got anything you want to say to the people?
I just appreciate y'all tuning in. Just keep sticking it out with us. Keep supporting. We appreciate y'all, bro.
Sports Corner out.
Yep.